day-to-day basis, basically throwing that corner fade, and they've been executing it all day today to perfection.
White Claw connects again on the point after. Meanwhile, helping set up that touchdown on the subject of Dancing with the Stars, Travis Benjamin was dancing on the offense. And again, another look at Morris to Kendall Tompkins, 43-38. No shortage of standout plays and players so far here in the first half.
They look good, and what was usually a pretty lackluster and a yawner for a spring game, this is actually pretty exciting. It's great to see these guys competing. I was very impressed yesterday. I said I was at practice, and these guys were hitting, they were scrapping, they were fighting, and I think it's this competitive attitude that Randy Shannon is instilling in his team, and I think it's finally getting to the point now where they're having actual fun out there. They're playing with emotion, they're playing with passion, where I think they lacked that in the last couple of years in some of their losses.
Well, there has been progress when you consider the first scrimmage taking place on the 11th of the month at Lockhart Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, up the road from here, especially at the quarterback position. As you see the penalty on the field, A.J. Highsmith threw 3 interceptions, and Stephen Morris 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Already here in the first half, they have far exceeded numbers-wise what they're able to do in that first scrimmage. And again, Highsmith, Whipple, and Morris all performing very well. On the flip side, of course, as is the case when you're playing amongst yourself, you have the defense, which you must say has struggled, especially in the secondary today.
They have struggled, and I think it's a matter of communication and knowing where your teammate is. Defensive backfield is one of those positions where you're relying on each other to be in an expected position at a given point in time during a play. And right now, I think it's a failure of communication going down in the defensive backfield.
You saw Highsmith's numbers, and there is the gigantic target at tight end, and a last chance and opportunity for Richard Gordon to establish himself in Coral Gables now as a senior, and a guy that will be counted on after both Jimmy Graham, Diedrich Epps, and Tavares Johnson move on from that tight end position. Under 30 seconds, Highsmith buys time, and that is picked off by Ray Armstrong. It'll be the second interception thrown today by Highsmith, one he wishes he had back, and 2 points credited on the defensive side of the scoreboard.
And on each of these interceptions, AJ has shown his youth. He's actually locking on to his receiver. This time Leonard Hankerson going down, running a post down the middle of the field. He's locking on them. He's not looking off any receivers. He's locking onto that receiver right from his roll, making an easy interception for Ray Armstrong. Armstrong
being pushed by the coaches. He's not necessarily going to be handed that starting spot at safety. Instead, Jamal Reed, a redshirt freshman, has been challenging Armstrong. Ultimately, you'd expect Ray to start alongside Von Telemark as the safeties in the secondary.
Yeah, Coach Shannon makes no bones about it. He's going to start the best 4 in the defensive backfield. He's going to start the best 5 on the defensive line. He's going to 5 on the offensive line, the best 4 on the defensive line. It doesn't matter the experience. It doesn't matter the name or the recruiting or how many stars you were when you came out of high school. He wants the best players on the field to make an impact to win in 2010.
Spencer Whipple takes a knee, and with that, the first half will come to a close here in North Miami at Traz Powell Stadium. Chance to take a break with a 45-39 score in favor of the defense. Randy Shannon, the assistants, will regroup. Before they do so and talk it over, we'll do so with Allison Williams down on the field, and she'll be joined by the Hurricanes' 4th-year head coach Randy Shannon in just a moment. And again, no shortage of standout plays and players and outstanding plays on the offense. Here's Allison Williams with Randy Shannon.
They
Plenty of fireworks in the first half of this annual spring scrimmage here. 45-39, the defense is winning it at this point. We get set for our second half of action at Travis-Powell Stadium. No Ja'Cory Harris, no problem to this point, as the Hurricanes starting quarterback on the mend, recovering from thumb surgery after sustaining the injury in the bowl game. But the three guys battling to back him up, A.J. Highsmith, Stephen Morris, and Spencer Whipple, right on target with the wide receivers